Before I begin my cross-country road trip, I thought it would be a good idea to talk to my dad and my aunt who made the journey in 1957 with my grandmother. I met them in Lake Placid, New York, home of the 1932 and 1980 Olympics.
I'm Tom O'Grady.
I'm Tara's Aunt Peg.
I'm Tara's dad.
I was on that trip in 1957 when I was 14 years old.
I was just turned 16 when we started that trip.
How did the trip in 1957 influence our life? That's a pretty heavy question. Well, I suppose growing up we were rough and tumble kids. I mean, Tom and I were only a year apart in age. I was a real tomboy. We loved the out of doors. We never knew anything about camping. So when we had the opportunity to go cross country, this was like a dream come true.
Well, after that trip was over, my mother's great love for travel and seeing things that she never saw before was a great influence on me as well. Because in 1962, a few years later, when I was finished school, I had to make a choice of either being drafted in the U.S. Army or joining for 3 years and maybe going somewhere. And I went everywhere in Europe. Austria, Switzerland, Spain, Italy, all the northern countries of Denmark, Sweden, and I went to England. I flew to Ireland on a trip. It was just a great influence at that time.
As a result of that trip, my life took the kind of a turn where I wanted to live in the mountains, and I found a place in the Adirondack Mountains and built a house in 1976. So you could say that that was the start of me looking for a place where I could spend more time in the kind of a setting that we encountered on our trip in 1957.
The USA in your Chevrolet. America's asking you to call.
See the USA in your Chevrolet. There was a lot of words to it, but I forgot them. You got.
When we first heard that song, we said we should see the USA in our Chevrolet.
And we did. We had a lot of them. We were a Chevy family.